Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, welcome guys to where are we? RSF1 Division 5 Bahrain Grand Prix. It's me as a streamer Muddy Biscuit, joined by someone no one.
Yes.
Do you want to introduce yourself today?
Yeah, I'm someone no one. I'm just a commentator. That's halfway good at what I'm doing. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, we'll be
Okay, and it looks like
commentating.
I have been. Apologies, it looks like I've been kicked from the party, the lobby. So
Yeah, I had to
I'm joining
restart the
back.
game. I'm there in a sec if it starts communicating on my services, and I'm
Yeah,
there.
apologies for these issues to start a stream. I was hoping that we would jump right into Q1, but it looks like make sure when you join the lobby that you do press Y before you go into session so you don't actually end up in the car.
Boom, I pressed Y. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So you're in the
We'll
lobby.
see. Yes, qualifying 1, Division 5, Bahrain Grand Prix. Yeah, Bahrain Grand Prix. So yeah, we'll do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those days where we're not going to be able to get our words out. I think we're both
Yeah.
slightly rushed. So yeah, hopefully we'll keep you guys entertained watching
Yeah.
the stream, but
Ooh, I just been home.
at
I
least you'll
just
get
got
some
some
good battles.
friends. I got the thing. I got the notif, and I was like, I am done. I need to sprint home. So I'm currently sitting
At least you
soaking
made it in
sweat.
time.
I made it barely in time. 2 minutes off. So let's see if we can fix that the next time. But yeah, Orphan 6 out for an outlap. Let's see how the Merc driver can do. I don't know the times of these drivers, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I expect there's going to be a lot of traffic out, because it's Bahrain. It's a bunch of drivers that want to set the fastest lap as fast as possible. So we'll just have to see who's the fastest there. Do you have any
Yeah, the one
bets?
thing is, Liam Fish has been one of the quickest so far. So I think if you'd bet against him,
Yeah.
it might be a bit of a risky bet. But also both Alfa Romeos of Gold Samurai and Crabbo have both been very quick as well. Speaking of the times, I think you mentioned you don't know what time. I think it'll probably be around the 29s. My PB was a 28.8, so I think F5 pole will be sort of the low 29s. I know
Yeah.
Stars Orphans done only like one practice session and was getting into like the high 30s, so I think that's going to be the sort of time we're expecting.
Yeah.
There is only 15 this session, so not going to be pushing too hard.
Yeah, and as we can already see, there's a bunch of drivers already out on track, and some are in the pits, waiting for the drivers to get in the pits so they don't have as much traffic. Start off and as Purple Sector 1. Let's see if he is going to have traffic in front of him with the Alpha Tauri, but we'll see.
He spun
No!
round.
Oh, I spun around at the hard left. It's a really hard corner to master.
Yeah, it's definitely been a tricky corner this weekend. We've seen a lot of crashes, a lot of incidents there, so I think as we see Lexi go 30.4, yeah, it's definitely one of those tricky corners, but at least knowing there's only 15 stars can continue this lap.
Yeah,
Just put a time on the board and finish the session.
yeah. This is a full quali, so it will be exciting to see who'll make it into the 2 and 3, and then we have the AlphaTauri
So what's
waiting
happened here?
for. Ooh, I think there's been
So
a
Kabuki's spun as well, yeah.
Kabuki
Days
spun at
free,
the
no, was
Alpha,
it?
and that.
Oh, it's
Ooh, another one. Be careful on the throttle
yeah, the
there.
issue. Yeah, or as we see, the Alpha Mayor's going to come round. There's going to be a car in the way. Oh, Gold Samurai, they're lucky to save that.
Yeah. Kabuki. Please don't spin out here, man, on the throttle. Be careful. And he's not spinning anymore. Yeah, that was weird, because we had the AlphaTauri waiting for the Alpine of Kabuki to get back on track, but then spun again. That was really weird.
Yeah, that corner is very tricky. As we see, another car spun it. Is it Lexi on his? Yeah, Lexi on his. Yeah, it must be an in lap maybe.
Yeah.
He spun it. That corner is very tricky on the power. So if you light up the rears too much, you can spin around fairly easily.
Yeah. And this track in general is a really straight track with 3 DRS zones, but it's also a really hard cornery track. So it's that balance between having the most downforce and having the most drags going through the corner as fast as possible. That is really tricky about Bahrain, personally, I think. So definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And
See, yeah, Blexy come in the pits.
yes, let's see how
Ooh,
the other drivers do. Ooh, we
Welsh
have
would also make the same mistake as stars off and into that sharp left-hander. Luckily, he's saved it a bit better.
really close. We have the Red Bull of Liam Fisher 90. I think he's going to go in for the pit. Yes, he will. I think for the pitted drivers right now, it's best to just get out there and set the time now while it's big space between these drivers, especially in sector 1 and 2. It's not traffic at all in 1 and 2. 3 it's a little bit, but it's about for these pitted drivers to get out on track at the perfect time right now. So we'll just have to see Cabo going out in the pits, going in the pits again.
Yeah, so Welsh Wizard comes in as well. He probably should have finished his lap time, would have been able to just set a lap time banker, but because he goes Samurai at 29.6, wow. Very quick lap time for the Alpha Romeo driver.
2 and 3 purple, that's a nice lap. With especially all the traffic and all the spinning, that's a pretty decent lap. But I'm hoping we get to see some 28s. But we'll just wait and see. Some drivers.
It seems to be every time I can't bother a driver through that sharp left-hander, they're half spinning out. As we see a yellow flag for Slicks, is that him pulling out the? Or is to be careful not to get beached on that curb? I think he's just pulling out the way, but he almost got beached on the curb, which is very dangerous in this game. So you need to be careful when that happens.
The physics in this game is very different, and he's just spun again.
So, yeah, I think that's what happens when you have hot tyres. You need to be careful.
Yeah, and that definitely being smooth on the throttle, even if you have full traction control, it's really easy to spin out again after you've spun, obviously, because of the tyre temperatures. So it's really just wait for all the drivers to pass, especially if you have really hot tyres in the rear, because obviously they spin out again, and that's not nice, especially if someone hits you from the servo and trying to go into track. It's just small things like that, but yeah. People have set a lap. Gold Samurai with a 29.6. Let's see if these other drivers can set a better one. I think Crabo will set a better lap, especially if he goes out at the perfect time between the Ferrari driver and the AlphaTauri. He'll basically have an open track. So these pitted drivers really need to get out on the perfect time. So. Well, obviously, some drivers may have better race pace than quali pace. I'm definitely one of those drivers, so maybe one of the midfield drivers of Team or maybe Slicks can have a really good race. So we'll just have to see.
Let me just pause the game quickly because it sounds quite. I'm not to put the audio down slightly because I'm struggling to hear you quite a bit.
The audio in this game is really weird, especially in the incidents when you go into game of DVR. Oh, the sound. It just cuts in and out constantly.
Hopefully you guys will still be able to hear that on the stream. Just make sure, hopefully the balance will be a bit better in terms of sound.
Yeah. But so
anyone's actually on a push lap at the moment.
Yeah. We have basically a full track almost. We have just only about 5 drivers out. So these drivers really need to get a lap set in, especially these in a
session like this. Do you prefer to go out first at the start when you know you're guaranteed through in 15? Do you prefer to go out at the start and just get a banker in the bag and just retire in the pits, or do you prefer to wait to the very end of the session?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. As I said, I'm not a good quali, but my race pace is insane. So if I got pole, I will just retire if I know I've set the best time stuff. Definitely with a big gap, for example, Gold Samurai might as well just retire now because the fastest lap behind him is a 30.4 and he has a 29.6. It's almost a second in front. But yeah, traffic on Bahrain is really tricky to exactly know when. But yeah, these drivers are going fast, and yes, need to set time unless they just don't really care about quali. But obviously there's 7 minutes and 50 seconds left, so yeah, we have a bunch of time left for these drivers to set a lap.
I think something's gone wrong with this qualifying. It looks like there's somebody called A Master Gaming 23, and then there's an AI of Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure what's gone on here.
No, me neither.
what we might
Yeah.
have to do. 'Cause that means somebody's dropped out because AM Master's not a driver in the league.
No.
So whoever is in the second Haas, let me just quickly check who is in the second Haas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DC Bright. He seems to have been kicked. Maybe as we have a couple of randomers joining now.
Is it
That's not
friends
great.
only, or is it invite only?
It should be friends only, yeah, because so people enjoy if they disconnect during the session. But
Ah,
it's not great how we've had
no.
two people join.
And a
Oh, you
couple of
caught the name
friends,
out.
and a couple of friends been like, "Hey, he's playing F1 22 in an open lobby. Let's just see how it goes." And yeah, it's just invite only. Best thing ever, invite only, because
Yeah,
one
the
of
thing
the
is then if
people,
somebody disconnects, you can't join
yeah,
them back in, which is a
then you
pain.
have to go into the the Xbox and invite them. But it is what it is. Some leagues prefer it open. Some no, either friends only or invite only, not open leagues.
No,
No.
yeah, open's just that's completely that would just cause chaos.
Yeah. So, but yeah, while we wait here for some drivers to set a new lap, did you see the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend or last weekend?
Yes, I did. I think in the end the Red Bull is just too dominant now. It was always Max was always going to win.
Yeah.
Well, as soon
I
as he got to like
think
P8 on lap 2.
I'm a Red Bull fan, but they must be doing something, man, because a whole second in front of the rest of the league. That's either god tier driving or just insane car. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's 50-50. I don't think they're doing anything too illegal, but I think they're doing some bending the rules like Michael Massey in Abu Dhabi. So, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because the speed Max even got over his teammate over Perez, he won by what 15 seconds in the end, which is no
Mental.
small margin.
And yeah, or also the Williams did really well. When I mean really well, I mean scored 1 point, but it's Williams. They haven't exactly had the best season since like what 1904, I think was the best last time they did well. But yeah, insane driving to be honest for Max. 15 seconds, it's mental. And as we're headed to Zand for this weekend, I hope to see him winning home. But yeah. You know you're driving
Yes.
when the team principal for Mercedes even call you a madman. That's when you're just on top tier driving.
Yeah, there's now 3 randomers in the lobby, so and they're all out on track. So would you be able to try and message them, see if they can leave the lobby, please? And if not, we might have to call a restart.
Yeah, who is the people that have randomly joined?
It's A Master Gaming 23, SJP, and Christioff.
Spectator menu. I can spectate him.
I just want to make sure. And now it looks like Stars Orphans might have left the session.
New game card.
Something's happening with the session.
What? When I go into A Master Gaming, it says that he's playing in Austria. What? What's up with this game?
I'm not too sure what's going on, but yeah, it's not right on board them. It's right on board somebody who's actually doing a lap. See if we can get them out. Apologies for this, but obviously we don't want to be having. Looks like quite a lot of drivers are having issues, maybe.
I'm gonna be as civil as possible with it.
Yeah, let's try and if they don't respond. As we see, a dabbing squad's invalidated his lap time. Crabbo's in the pit lane.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some of these not league drivers out of the league race. Let's see how that does. I like how that goes. But yeah, to be honest, it's pretty mental, innit? Max
Yeah, so
driver
it's a shame that we have.
It
Like
is.
you said, it's obviously a balance between. Oh, as you said, somebody just spun there. Was it one of them? Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to find out whose friends is SJP's now crashed. Hopefully, up at least put him at the back.
Yeah.
As we watch Lisa go around to do her lap.
Ooh. was okay, retired. There's a bunch of I don't know, how do I say his name? Above Days Freak.
Yeah, Christoph.
Yeah, he retired. I think he just won okay.
Hopefully AMA, if AMA goes top, we're going to have to yeah, he's gone through, I'm going to have to recall a restart. I'm going to look at a restart on this. Just because they're now through.
Yes. And that's not nice. I've messaged him, this man won't respond.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to restart.
Yeah, but it looks like Days has already created a new lobby, so thank you for him.
Yes.
Or he's invited us, I'll get him to invite you as well.
Got the invite, spectate, boom. We're in. But yeah. Mental, man.
Yeah, it's a
Let's
shame.
see if I can stay awake through this. Because I'm tired and sleepy, man. But we'll survive. We'll go through this with amazing commentary, hopefully. And see how we do.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So we'll try and get everyone back in quickly so we don't cost you too long for the streamers, but hopefully it will be able to get through the session quickly. We're only 15 in the session. Might be able to try and convince them to set quickly.
Yeah.
But so what, have you done any practice? Because is your race tomorrow, isn't it?
My race is, yeah, it's tomorrow. Because I have the full-time for RSC in Division 3, I think. Division 3 or 4. I haven't raced.
How are you looking forward to it?
I'm not totally sure because I haven't been playing this game a lot recently. But I said a Corsa, that is good. It's a good game. So I haven't really been practice. Well, I have practiced, but
it's the one sim I've never done. I've done R-Factor, I've done iRacing. I've just never done a set of Corsa.
It's good.
So, yeah.
Is it worth?
Is that on
30 quid or like $30? Maybe, possibly. But it's a good game. But yeah, tomorrow is my race. That means I know that I have to be home a little bit more early than what I was today.
Yeah, leaving it to the very last second probably isn't worth. You don't want to miss the lobby.
No. But hey, it's good. It's good. Let's hope I can do well in that Ferrari seat tomorrow. Hopefully I can do well.
Yeah, it's your first race, isn't it, as a full-time driver? Have you done any races already this season, or is
I have done
race?
some reserves because I was like a full-time reserve, and I showed it to like every single reserve race. So first race, I think it was in Mexico. I had an awful qualifying because I didn't have a setup, and then I went through. I crashed because my tires didn't get heated up because of my fault, and then my Xbox overheated somehow, and then I had to go on my Xbox again, go into the game, but I couldn't join the race as the start, so I had to start after it started. I had to like go into the car after the start, and I can't just do that right after the lights go out, because then it just magically just gives me control of my car. Maybe if I slam into another driver, I don't want that. So I waited like a couple of corners. There was total mayhem. I had to pit once because the AI decided to give me a drive-through penalty, so I had to pit once, and then my front wing was damaged, so I had to pit 2 times, and then I smashed it, and I had to pit 3 times. I was lapped, and I said, no bueno. And I retired. And
when you're lapped, it's obviously hard to get a lap back, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're not really...
And I was like, I don't want to sit here 1.5 hours just driving around in circles trying to catch up, so I just retired. Obviously, I was pissed.
Oh wow, Christoph's joined again.
And A Master Gaming has joined again.
Can you go onto their friends list and please check who they're friends with?
I am friends with none of these. None of my friends. I have offline.
Do you have the app?
I'm showing as offline, so it shouldn't be able to join. Yeah, no one's joined. From me, because I'm showing offline, because I don't want kids joining the lobby. But yeah, I think it's just some other drivers having friends with us on F1 and it's like, oh, it's a race. So yeah, hopefully we don't have to restart again and invite everyone again, but yeah. Who's the game leader thing? Who's the game, or what's it called? Game leader, let's just say that. Yeah, 17 drivers now. It's 2 extra.
Apparently it's invite only. Yeah, can you send them?
Well, Amos the Gaming shouldn't be here. Who's another driver that shouldn't be here?
And then Christoph again.
Yeah. I can send Christoph a message. I've already messaged Amos the Gaming and he won't respond. So, let's see if this guy can please leave the
Because if they
league
leave
race.
the pits, yeah. Because obviously it's a pain because we now can't actually set a...
Boom.
Okay,
Let's see if he can open my message and be respectful.
okay, here.
We'll just have to see. But yeah, I haven't had really that good of reserve races. I refer to myself as the one reserve that no one wants. But I was automatically picked because I was higher on the list somehow after I got lapped on Mexico. But second race I actually did fairly well. Because it was Mexico, and then it was, I think it was, what was the second race?
I think it was...
Oh, what was the second race in DF2? No, Division F3, I think. It was some race. It was Belgium? No, yeah, Belgium. Yeah, Belgium. I did a race before that. I did well in that race. I don't remember that, but I remember Belgium super well. So I actually finished in the top 10s. I went from being lapped to finishing in the top 10s, mate. Mad. But anyways, Belgium
Good result
was
then.
Belgium was a disaster because it was random weather, and so the quali was dry, but the race was wet, and so I went for dry setup without looking at the weather because I'm so big brain, and so yeah. Luckily, a lot of drivers had like super dry setups, and so luckily I managed to climb myself up until I think it was like 6th or 5th, something mad crazy. But yeah, that was one hell of a race. And now I have a Ferrari, and now we're gonna go on Bahrain tomorrow, and it's gonna be pain because I'm fast in time trial, but not fast in quali, which is really pissing me off. But it is what it is. Let's see if we. Okay, now I have 3 unwanted drivers here, and
Why?
no one has read my messages. Oh my god.
Okay,
Is the Christoph guy, Amos the Gaming, and then no one. Nah. The other drivers shouldn't be here because there's 3 now. It pisses me
yeah, I
off
don't
how
know why.
it doesn't like show
Because
people that have joined off the lobby and people that have just joined mid quali.
yeah, I've been told to is if that driver, if you're watching and you know you're the one who's inviting them, if you keep inviting them, I'm just gonna not let you race when we do the restart. You'll be kicked from the lobby. So respond to my message, and you know who you are. I've tagged you 3 times in the Div 5 chat, so you know who it is who's inviting them. I know as well. So
Wait, this is invite only?
if you, yeah, it's on invite only. So they put on invite only stars, put it on invite only ready, and the person's still invited 3 people. And I've tagged the person, DM'd them, the person in Div 5 who apparently invited them. I've not got a reply, so are any of them on a lap time yet?
Yeah, there's not a lot of drivers out on track now, luckily.
Yeah,
Hey,
so I think
comms. Oh, I don't know what your name is. Second co.
Muddy Biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're like a business. My bad. What team do you support in F1?
I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, which the season isn't going that well.
Fair.
So
I'm not gonna be like, oh, Max is the good.
yeah,
I have my respect.
no, I think that's what it is. Somebody's has he just taken out Slicks? I hope not. That's
That's
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have something's happened. I think he's just taken him out.
a bunch of drivers
Look at
has
the wrong
left the
damage.
session. Oh god damn, there's a bunch of drivers. Whoa. I just get constant spam messages of people that left. What is up with Lisa? Wait, what? What's her?
Okay, I'm gonna call another restart. And I'm just gonna.
Let's go, another restart. Let's see how this goes. I think.
Especially, yeah, I just don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so apologies for this, guys, but we just obviously can't.
We can't identify
Yeah, it's a shame.
the guy that has invited 3 separate people to the lobby, but we'll see. Hopefully, we don't get 3 unnecessary people in this lobby. We'll just see how it does. But yeah, there's something fun. Respect. I'm not a hater. Yeah, not even a but. Yeah. Support whatever you want to support. I support Williams. It's not been a good season for us, has it? Has it been? Oh, it's been a disaster. That's why I'm a Max fan. But yeah. Let's see if we can get 15 legit league drivers. Just the 15, no more. And let's do this quali. So we can get some amazing action. Oh my god. Oi, biscuit. Alright, as we head, or try to head, back into the Bahrain Grand Prix with Division 5. Let's see who will get pole, let's see who will not get pole, let's see how it goes in general. So yeah, I think the Alfa Romeo drivers can do good. Gold Samurai got pole last qualifying. We'll just have to see how it goes. That lobby up. That's it, we're full quality. Let's see how it goes when we get this lobby started again. Hopefully. We'll just have to say. This isn't an audio. So what's this? What's this? I clearly shows audio. What do you mean? Chat mixer. What? Is my thing like not working? I think it's working. Hopefully it works. I apologize if it doesn't work. But yeah, as we head back into Bahrain for the 3rd time this evening. Let's see how it goes. I think it's gonna go absolutely smooth sailing right now. Luckily, we'll just have to see. Obviously a little bit tired, but we move. We move. So we got 13 drivers here. 2 haven't joined yet. You can hear fine. Nice. I just had to make sure, because my game won't play audio for some fun reason. I think it's because I have it turned off. And it said that the chat mixer isn't thing. The thing isn't the thing that it's supposed to be. Sadly, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't wanna. You know what? Let me try to reconnect my mic. I'll be right back. I can hear the game. Let's go. Game audio is back. Let's go. We can hear things. Let's go. Alright. We got 13 drivers. Another lobby update. Let's see how it goes. As we've been waiting there for some time now. I think Gold Samurai can get a good lap in. Definitely before the other drivers, but we'll just have to see. Maybe Stars Orphan can get it, or maybe even Slicks. We'll just have to wait and see. So, yeah, what's up, Stars Orphan? What's up? Hi there. Yeah, I'm trying to commentate over this. I haven't heard Biscuit talk for 2 minutes, so I'm not totally sure, my man.
Oh, sorry,
And
I've
he's
been on
here.
mute this whole time. Yeah, so I was trying to sort it out. I've been on mute. Literally, I've been talking for the last 2 minutes and been on mute. Apologies for that.
Ah, that's all good.
Yeah. Okay. What we'll do? I'm not. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll do short qualifying, continue through. Because I think they'll probably just join again, and if they do join again, we'll just use the results from short qualifying. I think seeing that's already 25 to 9. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
No, keep it on invite only, please. Yeah, and if they could join again, we'll just continue with the session, and just use those qualifying results as they are, whether they're in there or not.
Let's see how it goes now. Up. Yeah. Oh, you don't know the pain I've been through for the past 3 minutes. I've been talking over a main menu. Really nice.
Are you on the lobby?
Boom. Let's see. We'll do short now. So I don't
Okay,
sit
yeah.
here
Looks like we've only
until.
got 13, which is a shame.
Yeah. But it's better with 13 with legit drivers than 15
Yeah.
with 8 with 3 drivers that isn't valid, you know?
Yeah, so Div5 have been told that if they do rejoin, we'll just continue with qualifying, take the results from qualifying, and obviously just remove those positions off the randomers.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed they don't join because we don't want a third restart, but
Yeah, this is the last restart.
a dabbing squad needs an invite. So let me just see if I can add him quickly, apologies.
Recently played with, I think you should share with me. Who's there again?
Dabbing squad, I think it's just
Yeah, I got him.
dabbing underscore
Dabbing
squad. Yeah, it should hopefully be on your recently played with.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, if you can send him an invite, then I'll invite him as well.
Yeah, so dabbing squad with a space. An invite, so let's see if he can join. Luckily, he realised I'm a race commentator, co-commentator. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
if we can get him in. And it seems like he's not joining. I don't know why.
Okay, I've said if they're not in by 22, so in 2 minutes we're going to go. I think we've given the other drivers long enough. We've had about, when did we record the last restart? About 6 or 7 minutes ago, so we've had plenty of time to rejoin a new lobby.
Wait, hold on. What time is it?
Sorry, 2040 UK time. Are you not British?
Nah, I'm
hear
in
your accent, yeah.
Norwegian time.
Oh wow. You must be... have we got any other Scandinavian drivers in the league? I don't believe so.
Now but you have me, the Scandinavian.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm an hour ahead of you, mate. So it's 9:40. So late, but we move. We move. So let's go. luckily we can get on with this short quali. Well, we have 13 drivers, although we want 15. Those 2 others just keep inviting people, which is not nice. Which is not the thing that we want. But it is what it is. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be going soon. It's almost 22.
Yes. Let's talk about some F1 real things while we wait for this little bit to start. Zandvoort, how do you think people are going to do well? I think Lewis is going to do alright. I think the car is good at the wrong time. I think that the car at Belgium would have been really well on Spain and vice versa. I think the...
Yeah, I think the Mercedes seems to be a very draggy car, which obviously Zandvoort doesn't have any.
It has one long straight.
Many straight, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be
tricky, to say the least. But hopefully the Merc team can pull it together and create a high downforce car that is really fast. Hopefully as fast as Red Bull, but we'll just have to see. Maybe the Red Bull cook up something mad. So.
But I did hear rumours, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently after the crash that Hamilton had, his engine could be out of damage now. He could be damaged beyond repair. It's gone back to Brixworth to be checked, but obviously if it doesn't...
He crashed with Alonso on that one. I forgot about that. Where they did that Rocket League thing. I forgot about it. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, so that means, if he does have to start at the back for Zandvoort, that's probably one of the top 3 or 4 worst tracks to start at the back for on the calendar.
He has proven he can drive from the back. Sometimes.
Yeah, but I think Zandvoort's a completely different kettle of fish compared to, especially the car he's got at the moment. Bahrain used to be in the dominant car, whereas I think it's going to be difficult today.
But
not today, sorry, if he does have the penalty next race.
Yeah, and I think something. I'm just gonna say something. Not mean. I'm not mean. I have respect for all drivers. But the thing Alonso said, it's not true. Because Lewis can drive. He's been an F1 driver since 07. He's mad. And obviously Lewis Hamilton has more races off pole than Alonso has in his career, obviously. But seems kind of like well, every driver makes mistakes. Let's not forget when Michael Schumacher crashed into the driver while the other driver turned to the right. So, I mean, veterans can do mistakes. Everyone can do mistakes. It is just unfortunate that it had to happen to the Merc. And so, yeah. I think the Williams car has been mad. The straight line speed on that Williams car blows my mind. 1/10 of a second faster than a Red Bull. A Red Bull. It's faster than a Red Bull in the straight. But obviously the drivers are kind of mid. Unless, well, Albon is good.
But yeah, I think when you've got a car that's that fast, a straight line speed with just one straight, and also one corner in sector 1 for Spa, it's not really that much of a...
Yeah. But at least the car is wide enough to keep everyone behind him, so yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely great. Yeah, I think it was a good drive by
the Williams team.
Albon, to keep about 4 or 5 cars behind in the end.
Ocon was driving insane. He just needs that not appropriate car, but he needs a faster car, like an overall faster car. Now, Alpine is at the same page as the McLaren, and the McLaren isn't really a front runner team or car, but Ocon's overtaking skills. Jesus.
Yeah, the thing is, there's not really many top running cars for him to go into. Is there really? Red Bull, Max is locked in. Perez, I don't think he'll leave. Ferrari have Leclerc and Sainz signed a long contract. Really, the only slot would be if Hamilton retired.
I'm divided on that because I think that what's really the point of continuing in F1 if you're not really fighting for the 8th World Championship? That's my thought. I'm not saying this is fact. He can race for as long as he wants. He's like 37. He can have 4 World Cup champions and be the same age as Alonso. I'm just saying that if the car really isn't as competitive as you want it to be, But maybe he'll do an Alonso. Maybe he'll just take a years off break, go back into the mud, and be beast. We'll just have to see. I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon, though.
No, the way he was talking about over the weekend when he was saying how he's going to focus on next year's car, it doesn't sound like somebody who's got retirement in the back of their mind.
Yeah, and obviously, Daniel Ricciardo got paid out of his McLaren seat. That's spicy news.
Yeah, a big paycheck hit coming his way, probably in the region of 25 million.
I think it was 21 to 25.
Yeah,
say that.
A big paycheck for him. For doing what could be nothing next season.
I don't think it's going to be
first
nothing.
lap.
Too many teams are too interested in him. But it's the thing. It's the car that needs to fit him. That's the thing. The car needs to fit Daniel Ricciardo. The McLaren car hasn't fit him good. The Red Bull fit him perfectly with his driving style. Because his driving style was brake super early, rotate the car earlier to get a better exit. While the McLaren car is more brake late, rotate harder, and then get the exit speed. So it's two totally different driving styles. So, but
as you see, Blexi's collided with one of the... which one is it? It's Gold Samurai. They've both got a 5-place penalty, yeah. That's a shame for both of them, because they're both going to be up there. I think Blexi topped the Q1, that was never a Q1, make sure it doesn't go in the wrong direction. I've lost track of what actual direction's forwards, yeah, he's going in the right direction actually.
It's not looking too good for Blexi or Gold Samurai, but we'll just have to see. There's a bunch of traffic out now. This is what they do not want at all. A bunch of drivers can't go to sector 2 with it.
They're all in sector 2 and only one driver in sector 1. Is it Welsh Wizard or is it no? It's the other Mercedes of Stars Orphans, the only one who's actually in sector 1 at the moment. Clean air to himself.
Smart driver starting or going out from the pits really. Oh, and he's invalidated. No, that was Blexi that invalidated. Is that the Merc behind is indeed? I think it's
Lisa goes top.
Yeah, start off
with time
no, it's Lisa. Wait, what? No, Lisa got past the sector 1 and then Star Orphan decided to do
sometimes the purple can be a bit glitchy as motive carrot 31.8. Do you remember what was the quickest before? I can't remember. It was like a 29.8, I think.
Yeah, it was 29.6 it was. Now we moved up to the 30s and I'm waiting for the 29s.
Is it going to be Blexley obviously coming into the pits. I've lost DC Bright to the 34.0. Welsh Wizard to 36.4.
Yeah.
He's very much seemed like bank a lap time instead of starting just to get a time on the board and see where they go from here.
This as every track is about utilising all the track space you have and really getting that exit.
Especially in the middle sector, the chicane in the middle sector, about turn 6 and 7, you have to be really careful on the curbs. It starts off on 33.
Blank, we'll just say blank.
Yeah, but like almost the first try to break into the 1 minute 29s and not yet.
I think he's going to do that if he has the throttle sorted out. Because it's really hard on the throttle, I've seen that. He just slams it straight to the bottom. And obviously if you have full traction control, you can do that. With this game, it's more like you either have no traction control or full. The middle one, nah mate, it doesn't really make sense. Because sometimes it's on and sometimes it's not. For example, if you're trying to have an exit, it's not on. But when you go into the corner, where you don't really need traction control, it's on. Like, the game is the game. We can add the game but not the player. Boom.
Yeah. As Gold Samurai does a 30.4, both Alfa Romeos. Now I've already forgotten which Alfa Romeo got the 5-place penalty. Which one? What do you remember? Which one was it?
I think it was Gold Samurai that got the grid penalty.
So
or either him or Bravo. I think it's because Blexi had the collision with. I don't think Samurai got a penalty. I think it was only Blexi because he caused the incident. I'm not sure. I think it was Blexi that only got the penalty because it said he only got awarded the penalty. But we'll just have to see.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. It's who's anyone on the quick time at the moment? Scrolling through the sector times. DC Bright's currently 1.5 seconds up, so that could put him, if it stays 1.5 seconds up,
let's hope it just doesn't spin.
6. But I've just realised this ERS is already almost out. This track, if you're at that low, the last 2 straight, you lose sort of 4 or 5 tenths just having no ERS. So I think he could probably still improve. He was 1.5 seconds up,
Yeah.
but it might be difficult to really maximise that last sector.
ERS management on this game is painfully bad because it just numbs up all of your ERS on the straights, and even through the fast corners, it just eats it. Just fast. It's not good at all.
Yeah, as you see, DC Pride's now only half a second. He lost a second in the middle sector, not having any ARS.
Yeah, going into the pits called Samurai. Bunch of drivers jumping in the pits. Some of these drivers that have us on lap, that is Timmer and Slicks. Yeah, they're both on out laps. Slicks has missed the corner.
Slicks is... Yeah, but kept going. It might be worth just sitting in a bank of time, depending on how much time he lost.
I don't... Yeah.
But, he's going to run well. I think he's struggling. Yeah, he's invalidated there. So it might be worth... he's also out of ERS. He's on lap 2. He must have already invalidated his lap before.
Yeah.
As Timmer is going to come across the line. P6. The 6th driver in the 1 minute 30s. But he's still... There's a big gap between the top 5 and then the next 5.
Yeah.
The top 5 very much hooked up their opening laps.
Yeah.
As most of the drivers are actually in the pits now. Only really got... 6 drivers on only sort of Timmer, DC Price and Slicks on laps at the moment. Everyone's on an out lap or pits.
Ooh, it's not looking good for Slicks. Only having 3 ERS % left and having an invalid lap. It's not looking too good, but hey,
maybe.
9 minutes
I
left.
assume he'll be pitting.
Yeah, he's going for the pits. Well, just thought an Audi joining F1 in 2026? Yeah, it was 26.
Really? I'm not too fussed. I would rather have an 11th team than an extra engine manufacturer. I think at the moment, with a lot of the young talent coming through, we're not getting any of the young talent like Piastri's had to wait a season. Realistically, if we had another team, an 11th team, and Andretti, or if Audi had their own team, we could bring in the likes of maybe Colton Herta or guarantee Piastri a seat, or the F2 champion a seat.
Yeah. But I'm not totally sure. There's been a bunch of rumours that Audi is going to buy up the Sauber team, that is Alfa Romeo technically, but I don't think they will supply them with money through 2023 to 2026. 3 years of just spending money just to have that one engine supplier that you can say Audi F1 team. I don't think that title is worth it. So I don't know. I like the car design though. They should keep the car design and give it to the Haas. I like the car design. Just remove the rings and replace it with Haas. Boom. Free car design for Haas.
Yeah. The thing is, obviously, the engine manufacturers also have a cost cap. Even the new ones have to have Audi have a cost cap, so they can't be spending excessive amounts.
Wait, they have a cost cap on manufacturers? That's not nice.
Yeah, on the engines.
They first, I can understand the cost cap on the constructors, like Red Bull and Mercedes. They shouldn't be allowed to spend 400 million quid while Williams spend 100 million.
It got ridiculous, yeah.
But also, driver caps, nah, man. It's just not fair, because they're the ones that are driving. Max have said this, and obviously a bunch of drivers have said this. They are really out there risking their lives driving cars at 300 kph through fast corners, and they're gonna have a cap for putting this thing through and keeping it rolling, and they're gonna have a pay cap? Nah. Me, as a bunch of other people, think that's just mad. Like, yeah, some drivers are paid more than others. It just depends on talent and sponsorships. For example, Daniel Ricciardo is a really likable F1 personality. That's why he gets paid way more than Lando Norris, I've heard. I heard he got paid 30 million for last season, and Lando got like 2. And that's a big difference compared to...
Yeah, and also, rookies get paid a lot less. Yeah, I think Hamilton's in his first season got paid like $500,000, whereas on almost 50 million now. The motive carrot also improved. We saw Stars off and also improved by only 9 milliseconds, but didn't get any places. Who's next on the lap?
It's
Dano. Slicks on the lap as well. He's on an out lap.
He's on an out lap. I will just have to
see.
The
one final corner get a big toe.
Ooh. Let's see if he can score on the fastest lap. It's really about utilising, as I've said, track space and really going through the first corner, because the first corner you can waste a tenth or 2 or 3 tenths depending on the way you hit it. So it's really about hitting the perfect corner through the first one. And obviously going through the pack truck hitting it perfectly is all about it, but yeah. But yeah, being an F1 personality can only last in F1 so long. Like, I like Daniel Ricciardo, but when I see people making edits of Lando Norris being a second place, oh man, I just think it's kind of
Daniel
wrong.
goes P3.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see if Lex can hit the second
also...
corner. Ooh, hits the curb a little bit too hard, but he moved. I think he'll get a nice lap in. Let's say, if he can say perfect 2. Not really utilizing over the curbs. I feel like these drivers are driving really safe. Obviously, that's good because you don't want to be spinning all over the place, but also invalid lap. Yeah, he
Slicks
just
goes
decided
for a
to spin it.
spin.
Yeah, he got an invalid
that's when you
lap.
lose a tyre grip. But be careful coming back on track for Williams. Williams.
But it is what it is. Like, you can't always have the perfect quality. But yeah, it will just be exciting to see what happens in the World of F1, because I think McLaren did an oopsie by signing him off way too early, because they have that driver recognition board that really just look at the contract and say, hey, it's either this team or this team, and then choose team depending on the contract. Because I think Alpine still has a right to Oscar Piastri.
Both
And
teams think they are correct
for McLaren, because they want a fast driver. Daniel Ricciardo is not a fast driver with the McLaren car. He's a fast driver, but not in the McLaren car. And if they don't have him, who are they going to hire? Because they can't just pull something out of the hat from F2, because they can't just do that mid F2 season.
The thing is, exactly the same thing happened in IndyCar. McLaren IndyCar team poached a driver from Chip Ganassi Racing who was still in contract, and it's caused a contractual dispute as well. So it looks like McLaren don't understand how contracts work, but maybe they will take one of their IndyCar drivers, either Palou or Herter.
Yeah, and
that's all to be seen.
Another thing is that I've seen a lot of people saying that Alpine's first tweet about Piastri being an F1 driver way too early, man, because they posted it 3 a.m. in Australian time, which is where Piastri is located. 3 a.m. Bro woke up and was like, I've signed with McLaren, I'm not driving for you guys. And then obviously a bunch of news have popped up.
The slicks crosses the line, goes P10.
For Alpine for 2023. No one is driving for Alpine in 2023.
Nope.
This is only just accusations. But yeah, it's mad. And obviously a bunch of things are gonna happen. So yeah, really entertaining to watch. And obviously Drive to Survive is really gonna have a juicy season to play with now.
We'll just have one episode of people reading contracts. But as you see, Liam Fisher's 4 times up in Sector 1.
Ooh.
Coming through the tight turn 10, nice and nailed. Liam Fisher's definitely one of the smoothest drivers on this division.
Yeah, Slick's really playing. I think Slick's is either playing it too safe or too extreme. He's
remember
on Sector 2, or from Sector 1 to 2, you know, through the fast left and right. He really hits the curb hard. But when he goes into the long straight on Sector 2, doesn't really utilize all the track space and the exit speed that you can have there. Because you can have a lot of exit speed, you can gain 5/10 from that, just that one corner. So yeah, it's just having that balance of not too safe, not too fast. Liam Fisher.
As Liam Fisher goes quickest by a 10th.
Ooh.
But it looks like he's finished his lap there. I can't see how long's left of the session. He does have time to, if he wants to recharge his battery and do one more lap. Will his tyres hold out low, or is that all he's got? So we think stars off, and it's a 10th down in Sector 1. Turns in a bit too early, has to take a double stab at the turn 8 apex. The AlphaTauri of either Tim or Days nicely gets out their way. Stars nice down to the apex, touching it nicely, keeping off the exit curb, which can really cost you wheel spin and drive with exit down this long DRS straight.
Yeah.
Utilise the top speed. uses all the track like you said you have to do around here, getting right on the curb, avoiding the exit curb, being careful on the throttle, keeping it flat. No, he doesn't. This is such a tricky corner to keep it flat. He doesn't, but he's currently 6 milliseconds up. A bit of understeer. It looks like this will be Star's final lap because you can't do 2 back-to-back laps here for the ERS charge. He needs to find about 2 tenths if he wants to find any positions. It's going to be a close. Can he nail it? Drag to the line, and for Stars Orphan, it's still only it's still only P5. I believe is it Crabbo? Oh, gold.
Ooh, retired for session Easter. Almost at the back of the grid, just in front of Welsh Wizard. That was a long sentence of W's and Z's, but we move.
As we see, Gold Samurai was a 10th up. This is what he needs to get pole position, but does he get it?
He does. Gold Samurai hits the pole again, takes it from Liam Fisher by 3 seconds.
So then Kabuki, so Kabuki can start a lap now.
28 maybe? Possibly? Is that possible?
I would be surprised. My PB and I'm in div 1 is a 28.8.
I think mine was a 28 point. I'm not sure.
It's a very quick lap by Gold Samurai.
Yeah.
So you see whether he can capitalise. But yes, Blexley is currently 2 tenths up, but he's getting held up slightly by the Alfa Romeo.
Oh no, that's gonna not be nice.
Yeah, that wasn't great, and the Alfa Romeo didn't really help him give him much slipstream though. So his check flag is now out. So this is the final lap.
Pole.
Can you invite Welsh Wizard back, please? He's left the session.
Welsh Wizard.
Yeah, 681.
Yeah,
Blexley stays in. No, he actually jump stars up to go 5th.
It still says he's a multiplayer though. Wait,
maybe he's still leaving the session. Just ping an invite just in case.
Wait, I went into Stars Orphan game card and it says it's Stars Orphan. What? What is up with this game?
Days Freak next across the line. Does he improve? He does improve P7.
What? Oh, so it's a mark. It's a mark.
So hopefully you should be able to invite Welsh Wizard back.
Welsh Wizard.
Apparently he's still in. Apparently he's still in. I don't know why.
There we go. I managed to invite Welsh Wizard. No. Stars Orphan, although I'm spectating Welsh Wizard.
Yeah, I don't know why I said you were. As you see Kabuki cross the line, where's he going to go? P4. Kabuki said to me earlier he was disappointed he missed out on his very first podium last week because he did a bad call. He stayed out on hard for a late safety car which cost him. So he's definitely going to be going for that, and with Gold Samurai he will be starting P6 with his penalty, and yet Blexley will be starting P11.
Oh, so everybody's basically moving up the player stats all from Blexley, and that's good.
I will let you run through the top 14 while I just pop to the toilet before the session starts.
Yeah. And boom, we're done with qualifying. 6th with Yup Blexley hitting 6th, and pole position obviously going to Gold Samurai hitting it. Oh no, he got a penalty him too. Oh no. He's just way further back. Oh, that's a shame. That's really a shame from Gold Samurai hitting. Oh, getting that 5 position penalty. It happens though. So pole position will be Liam Fisher 90 with a 29.4 leading in front of Crabbo, Kabuki, don't know yet, Blexley. He's starting P11. So it's going to be Stolf and Days, Timmer, Slicks, Brit Grit, Carrot, Lisa, and Welsh Wizard back in the back of the grid. That completes the grid. So yeah, race, Bahrain. Let's see who will have the best race pace. Let's see who will do general best. And let's see how the drivers can do in this race. I think some of the midfield drivers might do well, but we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, as we go on with the race, there's no formation lap, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100%. I think it's not safety lap. No formation lap, I don't know. Is
Yeah,
that
so formation lap's still off, yeah.
yeah, still off? As we're heading to the race, waiting for players to connect, and then we move into the race of Bahrain to see who will win.
Apparently Tim needs an invite back. I will ping him back quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't see him go, which is odd. I don't know why he said Welsh was left, but not Timmer. Okay. So hopefully he'll be back in. He sadly, I believe anybody who's actually missed out won't be there at the start, which is a pain for their cars, but they should be able to join in as soon as the session starts. So, okay, it's not letting me view the grid. Oh, there we go. Yep, so actually, just because obviously that double penalty, Gold Samurai's fifth, so he only took a 4th-place penalty.
He did get a penalty.
He also took his, yeah.
That's shameful start so often.
Only 2 drivers not on the mediums.
Ooh.
Currently, it's Dano on the hards. Actually, Samurai and now Blexley, both the penalty drivers, have both put on softs.
Reasonable understanding, really going for that bang off the start, trying to get first, obviously, and then just moving on.
I was one of the only drivers on Sunday to start on softs. I think I got 2 places before turn 1. They're very powerful at the start, especially with the grip you have on this track. It's definitely an advantage as long as you don't get pinched into turn 1.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get a bowling alley in the first corner. Let's hope we don't go for that Hungarian Grand Prix last year where it was just straight bowling, just a bowling session. But yeah, hopefully there isn't a gigantic incident where we have to restart again. But we'll just have to wait and see when all the drivers are connected. Then was joined. Let's see if we can get into this, please.
Yeah, I think the host obviously can give a few more seconds. I don't know whether Timmer and Bosch will manage to get back in the car. I don't think so. But hopefully when the race starts, as soon as they do, they'll be able to get in.
Yeah.
Just seeing with it. Yeah, still everyone opting for the mediums apart from those 3 drivers. But I think Dano.
Yeah.
It's a risky strategy for the hards.
It is.
We definitely know Gold Samurai is definitely going to jump him at the start.
Yeah.
Those softs compared to hards.
I think
it's how much can he avoid losing.
Hards in the long run is good because hards aren't that like it doesn't wear as much. Obviously, the front right wears heavily, but it doesn't shave off as much, and it doesn't really like the difference between medium and hard isn't that great on this track because of the tire obviously tire temperatures and the ground temperature, the tarmac temperature. So yeah, maybe we'll see some front runners on hards. I think obviously the guys on soft are gonna have a greater start, but we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe one of the maybe the one on hards can drive up too. We'll just have to wait and see when we get onto connected drivers. Although it says on me that we're connecting or waiting.
Yeah, it still says waiting for the drivers to but yeah, it's Dano is definitely going to have to hope for the safety car doesn't come in the wrong time. A safety car too early on, and he'll be out of sync. He won't be able to pit because he obviously only has 1 set of hards. Mediums can go from about lap 11.
Yeah.
I took them from lap 9 on Sunday, but they were really struggling at the end. So really, lap 9 is the limit.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, unless you're like godly at keeping tires alive. But I'm not sure. Let's just see how it goes. Maybe some of the soft drivers can last 14 laps on the softs. I've been witness to that multiple times. It's just straight madness. We can start finally. After a minute, we can start. Let's go. And let's see how we do.
So, one final prediction. Who do you think is going to gain the most places?
I think the guy technically on pole, it was Samurai. Samurai's definitely going to be runner-up. Same with the names, man. Blexley. But I do think Samurai's going to be the best, or like the fastest front runner.
Laps on.
We can do formation lap. I don't wanna really go through another restart.
At least we can go properly through the grid now. So.
Do you want to tell the grid, or am I gonna?
I'll let you walk through it if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, we've already done it once. I need to find tyres. No.
Yeah. So the grid starts with Liam Fisher getting pole position after Goldhammer got a 5-grid penalty with collision with Blacksley. So the grid is Liam Fisher, Crabbo, Kabuki, Dano, Goldhammer, Stars Off, and Days Freak, Timmer, Slicks, Brit Grit, Blacksley, Carrot, Lisa, and Welsh Wizard. Finishing up the grid at the last. That finishes up the grid. So I think obviously the one I think is one of the best is God Samurai really putting heat into those tyres, as every driver should do here. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe these drivers on hards can do well. Let's see if we can. Yeah, no, there's no hards. There's only mediums and soft. We have everyone on mediums except for Blacksley and Samurai going for soft, really going for that straight on bullet start.
Then I didn't go for the hards in the end, which I think's probably
the best move. You don't want to really be starting
strategy.
hards.
Yeah, with it being Div 5, we know safety cars are quite common.
I think definitely on Bahrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, the strategy is going to be medium to hards or soft mediums to hards. So it's either 2-3 or 1-2-3. We'll just have to see. If there's another safety car, I think definitely some of the drivers are going to go fresh mediums, or maybe even hards, just to have one pit stop. But we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe some of the drivers can really have a bang on start, as with Gold Samurai, as Liam Fisher takes pole. Again, amazing.
Up in his grid slot.
But
no, he missed it. He overshot.
A bunch of people are gonna.
Slicks is overshot. Blacksley's overshot. That's all gonna affect.
Another.
And Emotive Carrot. And
there's a
everyone looks like they've lined up now. Well.
Boom. Let's hope we don't get that.
So now can't see the front. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights.
Boom.
Lights out, and away we go for the Bahrain Div 5 GP, and actually Crabbo
Liam Fisher
gets a better start. Crabbo's up to lead. Apologies, we don't have a. Where's this camera angle gone? I need a better angle. I can't see anything. As Crabbo runs wide, gets the position. As they zigzag in. God Samurai's already up to P3 on those soft tyres. We see him run down to turn 4. Is that Liam Fisher? No, going for a move. We see side by side further back. Dano with this Mercedes of Stars Orphan.
Stars Orphan, really nice overtake from him. Ooh, still trying to keep that position. No, he's not. He's going to lose it to Dano. God Samurai really hitting it from the start. Going up as much as 2 places up. 3 now.
Make that 3.
Ooh, there's a bunch of driving here. Liam Fisher lost a position from Crabber, really snatching that early on. Straight. On the start, going into
changes,
the corner.
Yeah, Gold Samurai up 2, Welsh Wizard up the most, up 3 positions. He's going side by side now with DC 80 Brit Grit. As he makes a move, yes he does, as Welsh Wizard overshot slightly and he's going to lose. Luckily just to stay ahead of Cabra for being a very
really
clean lap
close.
1.
Liam Fisher is definitely breaking really early, trying to hold up Gold Samurai, but will that last long? Getting in another take.
Risky move into the final corner.
Let's see.
He didn't get the best exit.
As we head for the straight, both drivers are using the ERS. Who will be in front?
Is it worth burning it this early? And why do they
be careful with that red tire? Who breaks last? And it is Liam Fisher gaining it. No, yeah, it's not. It's Liam Fisher gaining and losing and gaining and losing. As we head into another straight, Gold Samurai now currently sits P2. Bunch of action from these guys.
But all that battling, they're not really playing a long game, are they? They've burnt, look at their batteries now, 40 and 30% respectively. Crabbo's up at 80%. He's 50% less ERS already than his teammate. I don't think it's really, especially on soft tyres, worth being too aggressive and wasting your ERS. These straights are so long here. If you lose your ERS, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, definitely.
As you see a move, Slicks side by side with Timmer. I think that's Timmer making a move. Going up the inside of turn 9-10, hairpin, and he gets it done, yeah. Good move there. Has Gold Samurai made any move position change yet? Still sitting there, and with DRS being so powerful, if Liam Fisher can stick within the 1 second, it could help him on the way up for maybe catching Crabbo himself.
Ooh, there's a spin from the McLaren of Slicks, dropping down a few places, trying to regain.
Oh, be careful!
Ooh, not the move you want to make.
Good reaction by Lisa there, well done to her. She's really good reaction time, especially up that hill. It can be quite difficult.
Now again,
Samurai fastest lap.
laps. Yeah. Ooh, really sketchy
As-
move there from Slicks. I'm not sure if that's penalty worthy. But
I
that
think
was really
because
close.
he tried to get out of the way at least, so at least that's one thing in his favour.
Yeah, but
Maybe
another
not enough,
thing is
but
that
we see
he's
Gold
right.
Samurai has DRS.
He thought he could get on the track faster than he did, but I'm not sure. We'll leave that up for the stewards as we see the three front
Gold Samurai
runners.
tried to go around the outside of turn 4, but ran very deep, tried to outbrake him, just didn't really have any chance to get past.
As has a
Bexley.
little bit too much, lose a little bit